I'm playing a J4 tournament game with We Three Kings, Idlewild, and Pain. Looking at this first pack, Priest seems okay. We've got Roughcaster to support Priest. We've got Clay Hut Builder. This teacher player, I was like, they're an obvious alt account because they won 3 out of their first 4 fours on the site and averaged 20 seconds per turn, which doesn't happen when you're for new accounts, just doesn't happen. So I just said, hey, I'm happy to play with you, but I think you should be on. You got to tell us who you are and why you made a new account. And they ignored all the messages and stuff. And then are complaining now. No, I don't know who they are. That's why I asked. I just said, hey, who are you? And they ignored my messages. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to play with someone who's not honest about who they are. And then they went AFK for like 5-10 minutes or whatever, and in the meantime Idlewild showed up and we were like, all right, let's go. I'll rather play a friendly game next time. That's so funny because that's one of the reasons people make alt accounts, is because they want to avoid people what should I take here? Probably freshman, right? Bake bread. Instead of taking the occupation action, you play an occupation without paying an occupation cost. So, build the oven, play an occupation. Go on So Bake, play a free occupation. Really, it's go on So Bake, play a free occupation is the power of this card. And I think that's probably the best card here. Getting a clay hut, doing like 2 clay cards out of here wouldn't be too bad. But we've got Reader, and that might come back. And if Reader comes back with Freshman, we have a pretty good reason to spam occupations. So we see Grocer. How has Grocer been changed? So you have to buy deeper to get the first read. But otherwise, still a great card. For each clay room you build, you get 2 food and 1 bonus point. Whoa. Can I pass that to the person who I just passed the other card to? I mean, I guess this is like 3 or 4 points, which is something, but it's not. Grocer probably is better for me than just taking Rustic, depending on what else is here. Butler, 4 bonus points if you have more rooms than people. Skillful Renovator. Get a wood and a clay. Get a number of wood equal to the number of people you placed. Seems pretty good for, last action reno fence. Sheep Inspector, once per work phase. Pay 1 sheep and 2 food to get an action. Pretty expensive. Each time you play an occupation after this one, you get 1 wood for each food played as an occupation cost. I think this card is actually pretty good. It doesn't work with Freshmen at all, because Freshmen is free occupations. So, that's fine. If you get 7 sheep, 3 bonus points, 2 food. 1 clay or stone room in your house can hold an additional person if that room is adjacent to both a field and a pasture. Oh yeah, all those times you get last action or no fence. That's right. Probably just Grocer here. Grocer is more widely applicable than Rustic. Rustic looks pretty nice, and certainly I'm afraid of passing them to whoever got that other card, but it's just the way it goes, I think. So this looks like a pretty good tutor game. For each clay room you build, you get 2 clay, 2 stone. Yeah, passing some pretty great cards here. I'm passing some pretty great build a room cards. So I think I need to keep that in mind and maybe try to mess with them a little bit. Catcher. Who am I passing this to? Idlewild. Catcher, no thanks. Lumber Virtuoso, no thanks. Yeah, Tutor looks great. 5-point card right here, looks like. Fish Farmer. Get 2 food on reed, clay, 2 wood accumulation spaces. I think this card is interesting. If you're going to build lots of rooms, which might be a good idea to do to compete with the build a room space and the family growth space. Yeah. It's hard to, if there, some games though, it's just going to get out of sync and it's going to be just awful. Livestock feeder, get grain, and you can hold animals on grain. This is kind of interesting with grocer, since I can get 2 grain and hold a breeding pair extremely early. Whoops. Hey, Midilal. Oven firing boy. Each time you use a wood accumulation space, you can also take a bake bread action. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that looks like the pick. Little peasant. As long as you live in a wood house with exactly 2 rooms, action spaces are not occupied for you. So gotta remember this card. This card messed up my family growth last time. Chimney sweep. Could be 3 points. That's not bad. Oh, I see. Yeah. The right. You family growth that way. But yeah, oven firing boy is just gonna make it so easy for me to play all my occupations. Yeah, MIDI lul's exactly right. Okay. Priest is here, and I'm amazed. No one took all these clay house cards. Oh man, Idlewild definitely did not want to build clay rooms with their first pick. So I got to think about what they might have, because I would have, for me, I saw these 3 cards and thought I could get 2 out of them out of this pack. But Freshman was so much better that I took Freshman. So the question is, do I take Clay Hut Builder, or do I take Priest, or do I take Rough Caster? I won't take Cattle Whisperer. I won't take Village Farmer. Rough Caster gets me food. Food is fine. It helps me buy stuff on my grocer. But I mean, Priest gets 3 clay, 2 reed, 2 stone. Like, that's awesome. That's really awesome. What should I take here? I think Priest looks pretty solid. Although, is there any reason for me? So the problem with Priest is that I can't build a wood room. And if I'm gonna spam Oxen with Freshman, although to be fair, I don't really need to spam Ox. Like, Grocer is not necessarily an early game card. I want to set up my feeding engine first. Yeah, Clay Hut Builder I could do. This is a tourney game. Yeah, Rough Caster. I could do Rough Caster. Yeah, I don't necessarily need to spam my Ox early. So I think making Priest work, especially if I get past Rustic. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh man. All right, we're building some clay rooms. Grain, sheep, vegetable for 4, 5, 7 food. So culinary artists might actually be playable in this game. as a way to turn grocer. I would probably end up eating the crops from grocer or eating the first two crops. But, you know, being able to turn everything on grocer into 18 food. So it would let me buy 6. So it would be net plus 12 food. Although it is limited to 1 at a time. So it definitely would not, maybe it would, I would do it twice maybe. Turn it in 1 grain, 1 vegetable kind of thing. Lumber Virtuoso seems bad. Catcher seems fine, but Culinary Artist might actually be useful. Especially since I play occupations so easily with Oven Firing Boy and Freshman. So what's my dream start? My dream start is play Freshman into Oven Firing Boy, and then Tutor, and then probably Priest, and then Rustic, and then Culinary Artist, and then Grocer, something like that. I'm not totally sure how we'll do it. We'll have to figure out how the early game goes. Asparagus knife, 8, 10, 12. So let's ignore round 8. So 10 and 12. Take 1 vegetable from a vegetable field, exchange it for 3 food and 1 bonus point. That actually looks pretty good, especially with Grocer. Should consider that. Grassland Harrow, 1 to the current round. For each building resource in your supply, place 1 field on the corresponding space. So you pay 2 wood to plow a field. That doesn't look very good. It looks very expensive. Wood cart, we know wood cart. Farm building. Each time you build a major improvement, 1 food on the next 3 round spaces. This is kind of expensive if you're not going to make a whole bunch. Feeding phase of each harvest, turn grain into stuff. No thanks. Potter's market, 3 clay and 2 food. 1 vegetable on each of the next 2 round spaces. So you're paying 2 wood, 3 clay, 2 food for 2 vegetables. Really expensive. Abort Oriole. Do I have time for this card? The fact that it costs clay is giving me pause because with Priest and Rustic, I feel like I want to use all my clay. Wooden Palisade, place 2 wood instead of 1 fence on fetch each such pair of wood. So basically when you fence, pay an extra wood for a point. Hey Rylocren. Potter's Market could be stupid with Market Woman. Yeah. But I mean it's still expensive. Like 3 clay is an action. So I think you would probably rather just take 1 vegetable most of the time. What do we do here? Maybe stone cart. If we're going to do a big house, stone cart seems fine. Or else wooden palisade. I guess we were interested in an asparagus knife. Yeah, I think this asparagus knife seems pretty cool. I want to try it. So we've seen soybean meal a bunch of times. It looks great, but I think in this format, there's not too much that beats swing plow. Corn Schnapps Distillery. Pay 1 grain to place 1 food. Nah. Yeah, lawn fertilizer. No, definitely it's just swing plow. Swing Plow is an excellent card. Yeah, especially in this format. Special food. Next time you take animals and accommodate. So this looks pretty good. If you can play this into a 3 sheep action, that you would hold all of them. Seems pretty solid. Hard porcelain. Don't think I need it. I definitely want to use clay anyways. Dwelling plan. Dwelling plan is actually probably playable. It's a way for me to get around issues with when Reno comes out, but I don't think I have to take it here. Brick hammer. Build an improvement costing at least 2 clay, get a stone. okay, I guess, for the fireplace, clay oven, pottery. Fishing net, 1 reed. They must first pay me 1 food. Special food seems fine. Seems like the worst case is basically 2 points for a free miner, and that looks pretty good. Wooden shed, have to still be in a wooden house. Nope, I'm definitely building clay rooms. With rustic and priest, there's no chance. Zigzag harrow, no thanks, I already got swing plow. Clearing spade. Anytime you can move 1 crop from a planted field containing at least 2 to an empty field. Oh, I see. So you sow like 1 grain, 1 vegetable, and then you use this to harvest faster. That seems okay. Woodshed is a peasant card. Yeah, peasant. Social benefits. No walks. Immediately after the field phase if you... Nah. No, I don't want to feed that tightly. Feeding that tightly is difficult. Card is an action space for you only. Provides Reno. In round 6 to 8 provides your choice of vegetable, boar, or cattle. So, do I want to play a card like Pioneering Spirit? Probably not. I'd rather just play something that lets me immediately Reno. Large pottery. At any time, 1 clay to 2 food, and then you get bonus points. You have to return the pottery. Definitely a reason for people to go for clay early. And I think I don't want people to go for clay early, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take large pottery here. I don't know if I'll play the pottery myself. Yeah, I kind of want to take it. This is kind of a... I don't want someone else taking this. Stone cart looks good here. Yeah, Bort Oriole I'm not sure about. Not sure how to value it. I think a card like Stone Cart with large pottery, a relatively probably 4 or 5 room house, getting to stone will be really nice. Yep. Oh my goodness. I keep opening and closing Civ. So Gardener's Knife looks okay. Looks okay. Because it lets me eat this grain and not worry about it so much because I can sow the 2 vegetables, get the 2 grain back. Gardener's Knife seems okay, but I mean, soybean meal. We know the pick is probably just soybean meal. We know how ridiculous this card is. We're not planning to build a wood room, so we should be able to fence reasonably. The ability to get 4 grain out of this card is phenomenal. And then dwelling plans, exactly what I want. Exactly what I want. So the only thing that we're a little concerned about is our feeding. A card like Culinary Artist is going to be very unpredictable, and the timing of it is going to be awkward as well. We do kind of want to spam occupations a little bit. Soybean meal is so undervalued. Yeah, I think it's because when people play it, they haven't figured out the timing yet, and people are generally playing it too early. And because they're playing it too early, it's going all the way around the table. And because it's going around the table, people figure like, oh, we can get it back, you know, no problem. Let's make the board a little easier to fit. This got too small though. There we go. That's the size I wanted at. I just wanted to make the farm smaller. Yeah, soybean meal does seem to be undervalued, though. I will agree with that for sure. Forest clearer. Oh, there we go. So there's a pretty good reason to spam the wood actions. Yep. And then furniture maker. So this is the one that lets you play miners, I believe. Reedstone food looks like a great start for me. I mean, playing occupations would also be a great start, but Reedstone food looks good. We don't want to take wood because we're going to start taking wood once our freshman oven firing boy combo is in play. So question, should I pay, is paying 2 wood and a food worth a point? This stage of the game, the answer is no, so that's why I'm not going to play tutor until freshman and oven firing boy are out. Because once oven firing boy and freshman are out, occupations are free, and I get 2 wood every time I play an occupation. So I'm saving a wood and 2 food, or food and 2 wood. So definitely that's not worth a point in stage 1. Like, you never play a miner in stage 1 that said you get 1 bonus point. So tutor only at 4 points is not quite as good. You know, it's not at 6 points, but with how easy it is going to be to play my occupations, we're looking pretty. And there's also like no real reason for me to hold on. Like, I don't really have anything I want to surprise people about. It's just the timing of priest, I guess, is the only thing that I might consider holding on to. Do I want to take a grain here? A grain with culinary artist seems... If I could trigger culinary... if I can get something out of the first culinary artist... Yeah. 4 food compared to 2 food, basically. And I'm not really concerned about playing priest until stage 2. So playing culinary artist as my 4th pick occupation seems doable. Getting in before 3 food traveling players gets taken, for example. Idlewild start player feed pellets. Plays card, you get a sheep. Hey, that's quite the buff. Start player take a sheep. That would have been good with my culinary artist as well. Oh, and plays puppeteer. Okay, so people are going to generally avoid that space. So that hurts my culinary artist, but it makes it more likely that I can get my card out in time. So, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, grain to 4 food without inaction. That's good. Yeah, it's a good conversion. Payne plays teacher's desk. Use the major improvement or renovation action space. You can also play 1 occupation for 1 food. Puppeteer was buffed. What was the buff? Pay an occupation without playing an occupation cost. I see. Or I don't see, actually. In what way was it buffed? I think I'm confused. I think I'm missing something. Here's a night school student. That card's actually going to be quite good because puppeteer and then freshman are going to be how we jump it. Oh, I see. Because you're paying the person, it's more appealing for them to go on the space. Yes. Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're right. I forgot about that. In some ways, you think, oh, that's a nerf because you're paying the food directly to the person, but it's a buff in terms of it makes the space quite a bit more appealing because it has +1 food on it at all times. I see what you're saying. Yeah. It looks like we probably take 3 wood here if we get past 3 wood, I guess. We might get past 2 we might be forced to take 2 clay. I would take clay ahead of 2 wood here for sure because I'm going to want to take wood after oven firing boy is in play. So taking clay now seems fine. Also, if I get another Reedstone food action, I could always just build a stone oven instead. Reno stone oven instead of worrying about culinary artists. All right, so we finally get to play an occupation. We'll go ahead and play freshman here. And then our second action, So Bake playing Oven Firing Boy. Because there are no real actions that we want here. Food would be fine. We don't need food, actually. I keep thinking I'm We Three Kings. I'm used to being white. Now I am blue this game. Yeah, I think our goal for playing a strong game will be not letting people take advantage of soybean meal too much. Cottager. Each time you day labor, you can build a room or renovate your house. Okay, I'll go ahead and play my combo. So, yep. Take wood, play an occupation for free. That's how I read that. I'll be interested to see what We Three Kings does here. Needs more than just 2 food from Cottager. I don't have to be able to bake. Idlewild saying, assuming you can bake. But I don't have to be able to bake to use freshman. Did Payne play 2 occupations at once? Payne says, I agree. That's helpful. Not. What do you agree with? Would be sick with forest clear. Oh yeah, which Payne has. Wow, animal feeder just gives you exactly what you want on day labor. Get a sheep or a grain, or boar or cattle. Just get whatever you want. Wow, Idlewild's actually playing Cattle Whisperer. Cattle Whisperer. Haven't seen that played in a while. So go ahead, take 3 wood, play Tutor. And then we could start player Reno. And then play Priest next round. I guess we don't have to play Dwelling Plan. Because we wouldn't mind the Major Improvement action, I guess. Major Improvement action to play... I don't know, to play like an oven, basically. Stone oven or clay oven. Or play the pottery. We do have large pottery, so... Why did no one play Little Peasant? Such a good game with Woodshed and the other growth card. It might still be coming out. You never know. Payne's kind of sat on the improvement space a little bit, I feel like, so... Yeah, 2 room, 1 shed with 4 peeps and unblockable actions. Yeah, that's a good observation. Oh, here's my tutor, by the way. Yeah, I'm not sure. The value of the cards was hard to figure out. Okay, read this, please. Okay. There we go. Good job. 2 wood seems good. And do I play Culinary Artist here? Or I could Reno. Reno seems good as well. Or I could just play Grocer. You know what? Probably playing Grocer is smart. Yeah, rather than Culinary Artist. Let's get Grocer on the board. How do I was saying? Please continue. Sometimes the only way to get people to respond is to stop the game totally. Ceilings. 1 wood on the next 5 round spaces. 1 clay for 5 wood. Looks pretty good. Which grocer is better? AG1 or 2? AG1. Or wait. AG, like EIK, the grocer is better. The fact that Reed's not on top anymore is a big nerf. And you have to get deeper to hit your first vegetable. Those are 2 pretty big nerfs. Oh, I forgot to bump my bitrate. Whoops, I forgot about that. Oh, Idlewild's growing. So yeah, really, no one is playing the 2-room card. Yeah, no one else saw that game, Montu. The game that you picked out, Montu. So no Reno here, obviously. Payne plays Wood Slide Hammer. On your first renovation, you can renovate to stone directly. At least 5 wood. Yeah, this card seems amazing. This card seems amazing. Skip clay totally and save 2 stone. And then we 3 kings did what? Played Carpenter's Apprentice. Wood rooms cost you 2 wood less. Third and 4th stable costs you 1 wood less. So save a bunch of wood. Alright. Spend some wood, get more. Oh, and then Idlewild took Pulverizer Plow, which, as we established yesterday, is awesome. Although, the fact that I have Swing Plow, I think, makes it less so. How did Idlewild... Oh, no, we 3 kings played it. Played it on Start Player. Okay, that's fine. What do we do here? Reedstone Food seems okay. 3 wood seems okay. Reedstone Food to build the Basket Maker's Workshop or the Stone Oven. Seems like a smart idea. Also lets us buy down to the grain. So if we do build the Stone Oven, we can buy down to the grain and then bake 2 grain right away. Although there's no real rush. I thought I closed Steam. Why am I still getting Steam notifications? I must have closed. I just closed the window, I guess. Has Ottawa placed the cattle yet? I don't think so. Place the cattle! So if you haven't gone through the 2.5 hour long epic that was my yesterday video, I recommend you do that. It was a busy one. I guess I could have built the first fireplace. I didn't think about that. I don't know. I do want to spend my clay on renovations, so yeah. I don't think that would have been the right play. We do have Stone Cart that we'd like to get out as well. Stone Cart's the only real miner I want to play, though. I guess Special Food. Special Food and Stone Cart are the only miners I would like to play. We3 Kings builds a room. This board is kind of garbage. We3 Kings is gonna first action family growth, so we're getting 6 wood. So yeah, seems like we should plan around getting 6 wood. So I think we can probably take 3 wood here and play Culinary Artist. And then get 6 wood at the start of round 6. And we're falling behind in the family growth queue, but I mean, we're going to have 16 wood and no plans to build a wood room. So, I mean, we're going to be well on our way to having a very strong wood game. Getting our fencing done nice and early. Should be able to set up a decent Special Food. take 6 wood and play rustic. Oh, here's culinary artist. I never showed that. So it lets me turn stuff into good food rates when other people take traveling players. And then rustic is gonna give me points on clay, points in food on clay rooms. And Reno doesn't come out till round 7, unfortunately. So we would like to take 4 clay. We would like for 4 clay to come back so that we can Reno and then build in round 7. Oh, I'll Reno and play priest, I guess. So not even Reno and build. Hopefully we can build into grow round 8. And if we can't build into grow round 8, round 9. I could also start player. I could have played this dwelling plan. I'm kind of thinking that I can save dwelling plan, and maybe I don't even play it. But dwelling plan is a way to get out of Reno, the Reno logjam in round 14. Seems fine. For clay. Excellent. So then we'll Reno clay oven. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can Reno clay oven because playing the clay oven is a little sad because spending all our clay is annoying, but priest gives us 3 clay. So we'd go down to 1, priest gets us back to 4, and then we can buy down to this clay. Maybe we should just stone oven. We're only giving up 1 food if we do that. Yeah, you know what? It's probably going to be a difference. We give up 1 food, which over the course of the game will be like an action, probably 3 or 4 food is probably an action. But we're going to save 2 clay, and because of that, we probably get to build a round earlier, which saves an action. So I have a feeling that it'll wash out overall. Idlewild is playing Grassland Harrow. Yeah, this just does not seem like a good card. 2 wood to plow a field is not good. Looks right to me. Ooh, I like this. My phone just told me one of the apps just grabbed my location data. Ooh, I like that. I don't want the Tim Hortons app grabbing my location data at any time, only when I open it. Payne is playing a Drift Net Boat. Probably on Major Minor, and then we'll take fishing to feed this harvest. Payne plays Stone Carver. How does Payne play Stone Carver? I think I missed something. How does he play Ox? Oh, use Major Minor, pay 1. Yeah, makes sense. We Three Kings plays Wall Builder. Sure. So planning to build another room, it looks like. Although playing Wall Builder in this round can be not very good. Oh, We Three Kings played Pulverizer Plow. I thought Idlewild had. I'm having a hard... I'm getting confused. I am used to being white. I keep confusing the farms. Gotta remember, I am blue. Dabba dee dabba die. Idlewild plays Sheep Inspector. Yeah, this card does not seem good. It's too expensive. The thing is, it takes time to get sheep. It takes time. Time and energy. Should I build the Basket Maker's Workshop? The problem with the... Well, maybe I should buy the Basket Baker's Workshop. I've got 2 reed here, potentially. Takes me up to 5. Eat 1, build it for 2, eat 1. The advantage of that is I convert 1 grain to 4 food already with my culinary guy. So I'm not sure if that's any better. E3 King start player lawn fertilizer. To set up building again next round, maybe. So it looks like I need to reno with this move. Yeah, I think probably just stone oven is fine. Although I could build the well, but the well is just not enough food. Yeah, it's just not enough food. We'll go ahead and build the stone oven here. And before we do that, we will buy the second grain and we'll bake both of them. Buy 2, bake 2. And then we play Priest on one of the 2 wood actions, because probably 3 wood gets taken. Oh, you know what? We Three Kings is planning to grow again. Planning to take 1 reed, it looks like, maybe. I don't think they have enough food to do that, though. They would have to take reedstone food and then day labor. That works. Yeah, okay. Yeah, reedstone food, then day labor, build a room. So pay needs to block the reedstone food space to get family growth next round. Yep. The annoying thing about this is, for me, building a room next round is not sufficient to it's not sufficient to get family growth in round 9. I'll have to do a start player action as well, which actually is really slowing me down quite a bit. But I mean, it was a round 5 family growth game, so that happens. Not really been able to interact with the build a room queue at all, because I've been waiting for Reno to come out, which I didn't have to do. I could have played start player dwelling plan in like round 3. I did think about it. Looks like there's a chance I get 3 wood. If I get 3 wood, then I should definitely build a bunch of stables. Because we're at kind of ridiculous amounts of wood at this point. Ooh, okay. Buy 3 goods. Turn V to 7 food. So take this, and turn that into 7 food. So it costs me 3, so I get net plus 4. So I basically just gained those resources for very little work. And now Idlewild will play Animal Feeder. This Animal Feeder, see, it just blows every existing day labor card out of the water because of its flexibility. So then I play Priest. Oh, I get 2 stone. Nice. 3 clay, 2 reed, 2 stone. And feed 4. So tutor, 4-point tutor. And my freshman doesn't do anything anymore. My oven firing boy gives me bake actions. My grocer is almost totally bought up, which is kind of hilarious. Culinary artist lets me turn this vegetable into 7 food, or any grain that I take. Probably we're looking at soybean meal at this point. I guess soybean meal is a reason not to build too many stables. Special food is a reason to build stables. Soybean meal is a reason not to. It's a reason to get my pastures out faster. Is Peanut 7 food after feeding 6? I hope not. If he is, this game is probably over. I think he's at 7 food before feeding. Although I guess he does have Stone Carver. Right, so Stone Carver plus 3 food. So he might have been at 10. Okay, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Or makes more sense. He might be at 7 food, he might be at 4 food. We will see. Takes clay and pulverizes. Sure. I should probably take 4 clay, right? 4 clay and double build. Does rustic, it's each room? Let's check. Let's check the text on rustic. Each clay room you build. Yep. So 4 clay into double build looks good. Whoops. Oh, I just moved We Three Kings. What was he on here? Also, the fact that Woodslide Hammer gets to dodge the pulverizer plow in this game, it's even better. Even better. So then I can second action, maybe build the well, or maybe do something else. Don't know why Payne didn't send his farm for all that time. He's more experienced than that. He should know better. Yeah, I guess it would be nice to not have to eat this vegetable, because then asparagus knife could actually be a thing. The thing is, what are the odds I get a vegetable field sown in round 10? Pretty bad right now, especially because Idlewild just played start player woodcart. Yeah, we're getting screwed on the family growth queue. Farm in hand are not working for the add-on. Let me check to make sure. Add-ons. I see the green button. And my names are in correctly. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Convert a wood to reed. How do you convert a wood to a reed? Wood barterer? Wood barterer. I don't know if I ever read this card. Choose to get 2 wood or exchange 2 wood for 1 reed each. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that really sucks. I'm just getting hammered on the queue, unfortunately. Probably means that I lose. I'm just not gonna have enough actions to be competitive, it looks like. Payne played it when Wood Barterer played it after Abort Oriole, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I didn't read it. Oh well, that's too bad. Oh, obvious mistake. So what do I do at this point? My feeding's okay. Could take a vegetable and try to get this asparagus knife going. I do need to play swing plow as well, though, which is kind of a problem. Could just build the well. Building the well seems fine. Also, fencing. I could fence here and go for 3 sheep next round. Well, or getting sheep earlier. What should I do? I think I could probably still build stables. Let's build the well. Yeah, I'm just getting really destroyed on this family growth queue. Oh yeah, it's really the cottager that's doing it. It's the cottager, and then we 3 kings doing the start play. Like, okay, the round 7, that makes sense. You're hoping that you get all your actions back. The problem is with Stonecarver and with Payne wanting to continue to build rooms, obviously with his wood slide hammer, he's never gonna be able to get it back. Do I stream full screen? Yes, I do. Yeah. Like my whole monitor gets captured. Is that making the... Oh, F5 on my hand? Oh, sure. Yeah, I did reinstall Windows since the stream 2 days ago when it was... I presume it was working. I didn't hear that it wasn't working yesterday. No one said anything. That would have been my first time streaming on the new setup. Yeah, there's something wrong. I guess normally woodcart doesn't show up as an image, but woodcart is showing up okay today, which it doesn't usually. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Whoops, I just removed food. Fortunately, I don't have control over the board. Ox are shifted right. You know what? I had the, oh, it's because I resized the window. It's because I resized the window after I joined the game. I used like the plus minus zoom on the site. I bet that's what's doing it. So I think probably not going to bother with Stone Card anymore. It's time to get Swing Plow in play. Probably not going to bother with Asparagus Knife. It's probably better for me to try to get Soybean Meal and Special Food going. I mean, I could play Asparagus Knife still in round 12. Playing it in round 12 would be probably like acceptable. Not amazing, not awful, but just acceptable. Also, plus minus is problem, yes. Yes, that's probably what the issue is. Yeah. I guess I have 6 bonus points already. 2 from my room and 2 from building 2 clay rooms and 4 from tutor. And then I got 7 points on improvements. All right, I'm doing fine. It sucks that I don't have more actions, but I am doing totally fine. This game is absolutely winnable even if I don't get to a stone house. Because what I'm kind of thinking is usually when your actions fall this far, it's difficult to get the contested actions in round 13, 14. And Reno is one of those things, and getting enough stone is one of those things. But if I don't need... Payne would like to undo. How do I says I thought I saw a turn where they both passed it. I don't think so. Oh, you're right. Yeah, we Three Kings day labored, and then Payne took Reedstone Food, and then we Three Kings renovated. Yeah, they both passed on it. Like, Payne should know better, but whatever. It's... We want to continue. Yes. So 2 rooms looks good here. Although there's no, what am I saying? There's no zero pressure on the build a room space. So not build a room. We can take clay. No, I don't think there's any reason to take clay. Fencing looks good here. Yeah, fencing looks good. The other question would be I could take vegetable and then try to set up for my asparagus knife round 10, but I'm not going to have time to do that. I'm going to be family growthing in round 10. And I'm not going to fence 15 here because I can always come back and fence more later. I'll fence 13 and then do one stable. Actually, no. What am I saying? With soybean meal, definitely not. And then I can take 3 sheep. If the sheep come back, it would be nice to get special food out, but getting the sheep, well, maybe I special food round 10 and then get 2 sheep and then I'd be ready to grab 4 grain with soybean meal. Didn't expect what? That I would take fencing? I've got this. Thank you for the positivity, Therapist Wolfie. I'm not sure. I mean, I obviously have really nice points. Really nice points. I fill my farm really easily. You know, I've got my fencing done. I build 2 rooms and get 4 food and 2 points out of it. Got good bonuses already. There's no global bonuses that I have to worry about. There is really no pressure on the build a room space, but none of the other actions are particularly great. Doesn't look like Idlewild. Idlewild's comment makes me think they want to fence. So if they want to fence, I should be fine building 2 rooms here. And I won't play a stable because I want to be able to play my swing plow ASAP. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 points. For food 2J. Feed 4. I guess I would have time to take wood. Maybe I should build a stable. Because I could play special food in round 10. Maybe playing special food would have been better. I don't know. I mean, I can. Special food doesn't invalidate playing swing plow. I can do both. Yeah, probably family growth special food round 10 will be good because there should be some good pairs of animals. Should be 2 cattle, 2 sheep available in round 11. 2 sheep is good because of my soybean meal. 2 cattle is good because it's 2 cattle. It's just a lot of points. And then I could think about going back and building stables in round 14. Yeah, because taking wood again with will be fine with oven firing boy. All right. Oh, we 3 kings can grow again. I'm not even guaranteed to get family growth next round. In fact, we 3 kings will probably first action grow. Ah, that's a shame. So maybe needed to start player there. I don't know. Taking animals seems good. Family growthing earlier gets me more actions, but actions don't actually convert to points that well anymore, I don't think. This is a 4-point card, assuming Pain builds one more room. Looks decent. Wood Palisade. Well, Wood Palisade enables Pain to go on this space, but I don't think Pain has enough wood to do that if he's planning to build another room, but maybe. Maybe has some good wood option. Yeah, Wood Slide Hammer looks quite good. Especially because it seems like there's been a lot of big house games in this format. Whoops, why didn't it select? I want it to select. Livestock feeder. Each grain in your supply can hold animals. That's fun. Playing Potter's Market. Wow. This card is extremely expensive. Well, if I take 2 boar here, then I can no longer play special food, and special food seems good. However, 2 boar is 2 boar. This is a 4-point action for me because I'm not planning to eat them. Yeah, playing soybean meal in round 12 is going to be really, well, probably not round 12, maybe round 13. But yeah, definitely want to get 2 sheep in round 11. That's a high priority action for me. I could maybe have even taken start player there, but as soon as I start player, Idlewild is grabbing 2 boar, right? There's no way with Idlewild also having their fencing done, they're not taking every pair of boar they can get. What are we doing here? Taking vegetable, taking grain. Got no good improvement to play. Could take stone and build the basket maker's workshop with this clay, like the reed that I have here especially. I think probably just taking vegetable. Yeah, taking vegetable. And then we can maybe still make asparagus knife work. Because we'll family growth. Our 2 actions next round are 2 sheep and then family growth, play swing plow. So if we get round 12 plow into sow into family growth asparagus knife, yeah, we could do that. And then asparagus knife would be like 1 wood for a point. Although I can convert vegetables to 7 food with my traveling players. Although it doesn't clear the field for resowing. I'm not sure what the right move is. I think I don't want to put soybean meal in play until ask, do I get +1 puppeteer food? Adawad says, yes, if you traveling players and I puppeteer. Usually you would say, I use traveling players. Do you puppeteer? And Idlewild says yes. And so then you say +1 food. Or Idlewild says no. And you say +0 food. Yeah. Thing is, you can tell based on where his resources are going on his farm. He's not got his farm laid out nicely. And that makes a difference too. Like, being organized makes things easier. Like, there's no real reason for you to have your food in different places. Two vegetables. Well, that was a clay action and a 3 food action just to get 2 vegetables. You could have just taken 1 vegetable twice. This card is not good. You need to have like a ridiculous amount of clay before I would consider using it. Or need an excessive number of vegetables. This game feels like it's going very strangely. Idlewild plays Sheepkeeper. 3 bonus points and 2 food. Now, getting to 7 sheep will take some work. If Idlewild first action takes 2 sheep here, that will be extremely sad. I mean, there's day labor available that gets Idlewild sheep. Actually, yeah, with animal feeder. Yeah. Wow. First action, 2 sheep, round 11. Well, it lets them get their sheepkeeper off, but because you've played sheepkeeper, it's a 4-point action. But if you don't play sheepkeeper, it's a 1-point action. And I mean, it's not even guaranteed to be 1 point or 4 points because you might just ignore doing other stuff. So we can't I think we first action family growth here so that we can second action grab plow if it comes back. We'll first action swing plow here. Yeah, and then That makes it more likely that we could trigger Asparagus Knife in round 12. I don't know if Asparagus Knife will be worth it at that point, but... Oh, here's my swing plow. We're going to have to feed 5, and then we pick up another 2 food. So we're going to have 8 food in round 13. So our feeding for round 13 is already set, even without converting with our Culinary Artist and without converting for Asparagus Knife. Plow 3. So I could have gone for the higher point ceiling by plowing 1, fencing 2 smaller pastures, and then building 1 stable. The thing is, if I do that, it's point neutral if I leave 1 extra space open. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because I only have 2 spaces remaining for my swing plow. However, that 6th field from swing plow is only worth a point if you're not also leaving it. Like, if I leave 2 spaces empty, or if I leave 1 space empty, then it's totally point neutral. And the only advantage would be is if I had an extra field to sow onto. But I'm not going to have so many crops that I'm looking for a 6th field at this point. Man, the fact that Payne's going to get... Yeah, he's getting... It's taking time, but he's getting there on the wood actions. The forest clearer is obviously doing work, and he's got wood barter, of course, as well. Get 2 wood, yeah, pretty good. He's got some good bonuses. Abort Oriole, Butler. He probably also took the... There was 1 other card, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of the miner that gets you 4 points from rooms if you have an empty room. What do we think about that change? What do you guys think? Is that change good, where the card no longer refers to the number of rooms, but instead says if you have an empty space, then it triggers? So basically, it's a card that works if you go for 6 rooms. Because very often, playing the card is not worth it if you're going to leave yourself at fewer than 5 family members. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, I just realized I will have 8 food. I need 3 food to buy down to the vegetable to sow both vegetables. But that's fine, because eating the vegetable with Asparagus Knife pays that off. Man, oh, I can't believe I didn't get special food out. Can't believe I didn't get 2 sheep. And nobody wants start player anymore because Payne's at 5 family members. And We 3 Kings doesn't need plow sow. That's a pain. It's a big pain. It Payne's up to 15 wood already. Yeah, Payne wins. Unfortunately, we can't beat Payne. All he needs to do is hit 2 plows, which I don't want to use. Well, I don't want to use plow sow. Idlewild is only his only real competition on plow sow. We 3 Kings plow sow is fine, but he could also skip plow sow, do a higher priority action, and then plow 1 field later, get a clay for his pottery. Whoa! 2 cattle instead of family growth. Interesting. Well, let's see what We Three Kings does. Would think they should family growth, but you never know. You never know. Oh, I should feed 5. I never fed 5. I could take grain with my first move. I'm wondering what my first move should be, because I want to take grain. I want to sow before I family growth. So are my 3 actions take grain, sow, and then family growth asparagus knife? It's okay. The taking a grain is worse if I plan to play soybean meal. I think I probably still should. There's also 3 stone available. But 3 stone is not enough. We really need 4 stone. And I think with dwelling plan, we can be a little... We can try to hold off on getting the stone until the end of the game. We're just waiting on pain. Oh, my moves have been quite slow. But why have they been quite slow? Oh, I have a almost 3-minute turn here. I wonder what was going on then. I'm just kidding. I know what was going on then. I was stopping the game to try to get a response from someone else in chat. So we're at the point now where every wood Pain takes is a bonus point. He's going to get 7 bonus points probably. That's a problem. Forest clear seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Is there another miner I would like to play? I could play soybean meal. So what I could have done is taken 1 sheep and then played soybean meal. I kind of don't want to play soybean meal until Idlewild is not going to get much out of it. Because Idlewild would love to be past soybean meal right now. Would love it. At least now that they have 2 boar, they would have to eat all their sheep. Or eat all their boar or all their cattle to get a second pair of grain out of it. Yeah, I think we could probably get 2 sheep in round 13. We'll value it quite highly. No one is getting no one's getting 2 cattle anymore. Best cattle action is just going to be 1 cattle, so yeah, Pain's at 22 wood already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just losing to Pain, unfortunately. Just too many actions. Just got too much out of the family growth queue. Buy, and then so. This is going to be one of those rare games where you have multiple players with 5 fields. And haven't seen much of that in this tournament. Actually, honestly, everyone's games are going fairly well. We Three Kings is not taking wood aggressively enough, so that's a problem. Because the wood he is not taking is going to Pain. Yeah. Pain can fence 12, can fence 15, and pay an extra 9 for 9 bonus points. Yeah, that's a problem. But that's what happens when you have one player not really taking wood, unfortunately. Is that other people get to get it. Alright, so we'll turn 1 vegetable into 3 food and a point. So how about I score +7? It's getting up there now. It's looking better. We're at 37 right now. That's without breeding. Oh, I never bred my boar. So we're at 38 points in round 12. Where are the rest of our points coming from? We pick up another 4 points from another plow action. We can pick up another point from vegetable. We can pick up another 2 points from sheep, another 2 points from cattle. So that's 9 with the vegetable. If we get another 4 grain, that's more points as well. The big question is probably if we get to a stone house or not. If we get to a stone house, we're going to score in the 50s, which will be good. But if we don't, then we're not going to do very well. Well, we're going to do well, but probably not well enough to beat Pain. Pain played Clay Hut Builder on Major Minor. Or where? Oh, Pain's playing it right now. Okay. On Reno. Yep, that looks pretty good. So Teacher's Desk lets you play knock on Reno. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite good. Gets 4 clay, which you can use to build probably a cooking hearth or something. Probably needs some kind of food. And with the joiner, you really just is going to want to keep taking wood. What if We Three Kings ever laid his food out for his wall builder when he built that extra room? I don't know if he did or not. So normally I wouldn't be able to stream on Friday night, but because of COVID, soccer got canceled. All my games for the rest of the season, in all likelihood, are canceled. So that's too bad. But you guys get to. Oh my goodness! No one start playered again. Oh. Oh my goodness. Well, it turns out this game is not too bad when you well, it just sucks that I'm in last. If no one was doing start player and I was in second, great. I'd be very happy. But the fact that no one is start playering and I'm in last, like that hurts. Come on, guys. Why you got to do that to me? I think we're at the point where I'll 2 sheep ahead of taking family growth. Because at this point, Pain and We Three Kings are at 5. I'm only competing with Idlewild for family growth. Although the 2 sheep will come back. Yeah, what am I saying? Well, We Three Kings needs food, but I don't think We Three Kings will take 2 sheep. And I say that, they're going to immediately take 2 sheep. A sheep, 2 points, and 2 food. Yeah, we'll family growth. It is kind of annoying that I have to pick up an extra food now, but I get food pretty easily. I can bake again. That's the plan, right? To bake in round 14 while I take wood, and that wood will be used to build stables. Seems to make sense. We're also planning on taking stone. Okay, so this is the reason Idlewild did not take family growth the last 2 rounds. Occupation Reader. Man, I was hoping that card might come back, but Idlewild took it ahead of the other one. Man, Montu, there was a real... You're right, there were two-room house cards plus the unblockable actions card. Yeah, that would have been a pretty good game. But nobody drafted it. Payne took 2 stone. I guess the Clay Oven's still available. I guess it's also 6 food with his stone carver. And the Basket Maker's Workshop is still available. Yeah, there's still 2 decent stone improvements available. Take the sheep now. No one wants to go on plow one field, eh? Could have gone for another room. Another point and 2 food from my this card. Rustic. Unfortunately, the pulverizer plow is pulverizing all the clay. How do all this family growth? Well, if no one's going to start player, I'll do it. I could start player soybean meal. I would like to do it after hitting plow one field, though. Actually, what would my first action be in the last round? Would it be sow? It could just be plow sow. So I guess I don't have to hit plow one field. I could just hit plow sow, give up those 2 points. Although losing out on an extra sow action does stink. Or an extra field for sowing on too. Yeah, then maybe 2 cattle comes all the way. Then I could maybe first pick 2 cattle after playing soybean meal. Thing is, if I lose out on a sow action after that, that would be really bad. We 3 kings will go for a sow action. Yes, with 4 vegetables and 3 grain, definitely. Yeah, Payne just did a 9-point Palisades. Oh, man. There was way too much wood available in this game. Oh, and it increases your fence capacity. So we can still hit 4 points. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't build any rooms. And I did take wood aggressively until I got to 20 or whatever it was. But then, the fact that Payne is sat in front of We 3 Kings and has... Should I plow here? Yeah, I guess if I want to feed 9, I can always eat a raw grain. I should have enough grain because I'll have 5 in my supply. And then I can either one cattle or play soybean meal. This was a messy game. That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to stone. Pain taking this 2 stone basically blocks that. Let's see what Pain's sitting at. Well, I guess we could just look at it. So 4 pastures, 4 points. 6 rooms, 16 points. 5 family members, 41 plus 9-point palisades, 50 plus joinery, 52. Then his other 5 points from improvements, 57. And then 4 points from his butler, 61. 1 point from vegetables, 62. And then he's -4 for grain and all 3 types of animals. So he's sitting at like 58 right now. Idlewild says, I keep hoping I'll learn to like this format. I think the format is not the problem in this game. I think the problem in this game is that we didn't all take wood at the same rate. We didn't all value wood at the same amount. And that meant the person who could spend it the best, aka the Wooden Palisades player and the 5-room Woodhouse player, just gets a win. Whoops, did I minus? Yeah, I guess I'll start player soybean meal here, I suppose. I could read stone food. Idlewild says, I made an error allowing Pain first room. Oh, that was good of you. Thanks, Idlewild, for doing that. Reno's going to be tight, but if I read stone food twice and 2 stone once, I can spend 5 actions to get 4 points. Or read stone food twice, 2 stone, and Reno. 4 actions to get 4 points. That doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, we'll play soybean meal. What the hell? Can fix on your turn. He still has 1 more action. Yeah, we'll play soybean meal. We have to give up on getting to stone. There's no way we can do it. For grain. And then we'll eat a raw grain and 8 food. Breed our animals. I guess I use sow bake ahead of plow sow. Yeah. I mean, I don't care about passing Plowsow to Pain. I don't care about passing it to We Three Kings. I don't care about passing it to Idlewild, who has 0 crops. I guess it'll be bad if Idlewild pulls off Soybean Meal into Plowsow, but that doesn't seem likely. Pretty sure We Three Kings is going to have to go for Plowsow. Oh, you know what, though? Idlewild can pressure double Reno, and if Idlewild pressures double Reno, then they could first action Reno Soybean Meal into second action Plowsow, in which case I just handed them like 3 points. But, and you know what, I am playing against Idlewild at this point, and We Three Kings. Never mind, We Three Kings just Renoed with their last move. So Idlewild gets double Reno. That's fine. So, whoops, maybe not sow this vegetable. So that, big 2. So I end up with a nice farm. Lots of crops, reasonable animals, no negatives, good improvement points, well, stone oven, but just nowhere close to what Mr. Payne has. Don't think you ever put it on the board. Yeah, so I have a good farm. I'm just going to score like 50 in the 50s, but Payne is up into the 60s, it looks like. Where are my crops? Oh, look at the wrong player board. Shame about special food. Yes, yeah. The timing didn't work just because I didn't get family growth early enough. I actually fenced 15 before I even took family growth, so. So what points do I have remaining? 2 points from cattle. I could try to reno. If I 2 stone, I can 2 stone reno. I can 2 stone reedstone food, 1 stone build the reno, or not reedstone food, but play dwelling plan. But probably just taking 2 stone and then being able to build the basket maker's workshop is good enough. Although Idlewild wouldn't mind getting stone themselves. When did Idlewild pick up a grain? I don't see when they took a grain. Oh, did they play the card that holds animals, or no? That was livestock feeder. I don't know. Take cattle here for 2 points. We're gonna want to pick up food. So yeah, 2 stone into basket maker's workshop. Probably our best sequence here. Idlewild's not competing with anyone for family growth. Didn't need to take that move. But maybe that's because they've got their last couple moves sorted. Reno fence and Reno improvement. I don't know. Maybe Basket Maker's Workshop and then taking a vegetable is the same number of points, or even more theoretically. Oh, Payne's playing the clay oven. So yeah, no Basket Maker's Workshop for me. So yeah, we have like no points left here. None of our miners are worth anything. I guess take wood and build take 3 wood and then build a stable. And then take, I don't know, fishing or whatever. I guess I could take grain first because the grain is worth 4 food and I do need to pick up an extra 2 food. How does the tournament work? Are there brackets, rounds? So the way they've chosen to run the tournament is that you just play whoever whenever you want to, and then based on each game you get points, and you get points, whoops, what am I doing here, you get points based on your first you get points based on your seat position at the end of the game, like first, second, third, fourth. You get 7-4-2 points, 7-4-2-0 points, and then from that, you get the top 16 players who accrue the. It's like the most. It's not exactly your best 6 games. It's there's some weird formula to it where it's not just your best 6 games. It's also your it's not just your best 6 games. There's something to it. It's not your total number of points. It's not your first 6 games. Like there's incentive for you to continue playing. I think it might be your best 6 games, your point score from your best 6 games. So like if you played 100 games and won 6 of them, you would end up with the best possible score. Yeah, I don't love the format. I like when you have assigned groups, but assigned groups was too frustrating to play because people were too unwilling to be flexible with their timing. Like it always ended up being I had to wake up at 6:30 in the morning to accommodate people, or like play a game when I was on vacation in Mexico. Like, even though I gave so much availability, like I'd be like, well, I'm available, 18 hours on this day and 18 hours on this day and 18 hours on this day. But it was like, oh, we have to pick our one time slot, which is our one random Saturday at 5 in the morning, and we have to play 3 games. It was too frustrating. Like if you're gonna play a tournament with people online in different time zones, you have to be open to doing. Like you have to give more availability than that, and I don't think people were good about that, which was frustrating. So, did Ottawa screw up and eat sheep at some point? Yeah, they did. So, yeah, that sheepkeeper was for nothing. And, yeah. Oh, we 3 Kings just built stables. 6 wood to 4. Four points. How much would... Yeah, fencing 7 is more points, isn't it? Because you cover 2 fewer spaces. Oh, it's equivalent. Okay. Yeah, it's equivalent. So it's equivalent and it blocks me. Alright. Yeah, I have nothing to do here, so... I don't know. Reedstone food. Take clay. Fence. Probably what I should have done is I probably should have. Oh, I guess I should take points from Pain. I should have taken Basket Maker. Or no, Idlewild. Pain doesn't have Basket Maker's Workshop. I don't even know what I should have done. Probably what I should have done is instead of plowing 2 in round 13, I probably should have tried to set up to build another room. And then if I plow sow instead of sow bake and then build another room, then at least I'm getting more points and more food. Because I kind of just did, I didn't do anything really. Like these last 3 moves were really bad. They just didn't really do much, so. Alright, so I have whatever I scored plus 7. So 55. Yeah, Pain scores like some big number. Yeah, it sucks that we were close. Like, we're not going to end up being that far off. Like, 55 is obviously a great score, but it doesn't matter because Pain just got so much out of it. E3 King scores 36. Did Payne announce his final score? I don't think he has. I don't know. Idlewild does something. I don't know what they are doing. It's fine. Not really important. Let them announce their final score. So, yeah, we're just waiting for Payne to announce, but pretty sure Payne won. So, because what? Payne is showing 41 plus 9 plus 4. And they breed boar. So, worst case scenario for Payne, they tie me. Payne ties me at 55. And I'm pretty sure Payne... There must be something missing here. I feel like he had more opportunities to take points at the end of the game. I don't know. If I manage to tie with Payne with spinning my wheels this badly at the end of the game, that just shows how efficient my game was. Payne scores 54. No way. There's no way. There's no way Payne scored 54. So we tied Payne. Payne forgot to breed his boar. Wow. Yeah, that's a silly game. Silly. I can't believe I tied Payne at 55. I feel like Payne screwed up the end there. 3, 4, 1, 0, 1, 3. Alright. First pick freshman, power 3.2. Looks fine. Then I got Grocer, power 3.8. Also good. Sheep Inspector. Yeah, it's always hard looking at these stats because I'm not sure what the stats are of the J4 cards. But Tutor at 3.3. So I took Oven Firing Boy ahead of Little Peasant. Little Peasant's power 4.3. So this card didn't even get played. I don't even know if I got drafted. This card was extremely undervalued. Payne seems to be doing very well in the AG2 tournament. Is that maybe due to other... Oh, no, it's due to Payne being a good player. Payne's a really good player. And probably he has played this format more because he's played more in the other tournaments. But yeah, Payne's a really good player. He does random stuff sometime. He does random stuff on occasion. Like he tries to make weird strategies work that don't work. But Oven Firing Boy at power 0.2. So apparently taking wood and getting bake actions are not good. Then I took priest here. Feel pretty good about it. I'm surprised that the cards that came around did, like skillful renovator power 3.8. This card probably should have got taken. Feel like there were some combos that got passed around that should not have been. Asparagus knife power 2.1 behind wood cart. All these cards are drafted pretty late. Wood Palisade, I'll be very interested to know what the stats are on Wood Palisade. Swing Plow, easy pick. Was great for us. Special Food, power 4.8. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. This card looks great. I'm really disappointed I didn't get to play it. And then Large Pottery, sure. None of these were really doing much. Stone Cart didn't get played. Soybean Meal. Yeah, Soybean Meal. The Passing Miner stats are always weird, but Soybean Meal is pretty good. It's a good card. So yeah, I think I probably drafted fine. Reasonably well crafted game, I think. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating that Family Growth came in round 5. That was bad for me. Reno coming round 7 was bad for me, and then Idlewild taking 2 sheep in round 11 was bad for me, and then We Three Kings not taking wood was pretty bad for me. But to be fair, he did have Payne sitting immediately in front of him, and Payne liked the actions better than We Three Kings did, because for Payne all those 2 wood actions had plus wood food on them. They were just better moves. So that happens. Yeah, and I mean, I didn't build any wood rooms, so like I didn't use my fair share of wood either. So it's kind of a weird game in that sense, where Payne got to spend like probably 10 more wood than he should have normally, and that 10 wood was worth 1 point for his joinery and 7 points for his wood palisades. Oh, hey, the Expend 9. Yeah, GG. Yeah, it was kind of a weird game. Yeah, because you had trouble getting enough wood. Yeah, waste an action to actually get it. Yeah, the fact that Payne sat in front of you with the Forest Collector, that was a rough spot for you. Especially because Idlewild and I didn't care about wood. Like I fenced 15 really early. I got my couple 6 wood actions, and that was big. Yeah. Well, GG. That's going to be all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I'll stream tomorrow. And actually, you know what? I'm going to have more time to stream because stuff's getting canceled. You know, all my activities are getting canceled. So I will probably stream a bunch this weekend. So look for me tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.